Welcome to Design Talks with Asumi. We really need to understand how can we make a dressing table look better. So today we have with us Falguni Bhalla, who is a very renowned makeup artist. Today is going to be all about makeup, all about dressing women in the right way. So Falguni, over to you. If you can please, introduce yourself and guide us through the entire process of a well-designed dressing table.
Sure, Asumi. Thank you so much for this lovely introduction. As a makeup artist, when we go to, client's house and we feel that this has to be done right, most important thing that is required is lighting. Okay, lighting is something which is very important when a dresser is planned for a client who's going to put makeup on. Also the storage on the dresser.
Let's take up one point at a time.
Yes.
So the first point in my case would be lighting. So I feel most of the designers, we make a mistake by lighting from the top. So where do you think is the right manner to light, from the sides or from the top?
Ideally, the overhead lighting really spoils the makeup, because you get shadows on your face while putting on makeup. So the ideal makeup lighting happens when it's in front of you. Okay,
so you mean from the sides?
So like a mirror with an LED light fitted on it, which gives you lighting on your face where you can see your face without any shadows and very clear. And the makeup application goes very well when you have proper lighting. It's like getting ready in front of a normal window in a daylight. It also is very important to have the proper color of lighting.
The color of light.
Yeah. So it can't be too warm. It can't be too white. It has to be a natural daylight kind of a color.
So it is daylight. It's not yellow. It's not white, it's an in-between lighting. And the reason we do this is so that all the patches and all are seen clearly while you're doing the makeup. Because sometimes when, afterwards when you go out to a party, you're exposed to yellow light as well as white light. So you got to look perfect in both. The makeup can't just be done for a yellow light. And then when you go to the white light, you feel you're looking like a ghost, right?
Exactly.
Am I right?
Exactly. So lighting is very, very important.
You suggest like a ring light or anything?
Yeah, if you are making a client's dresser, okay, you can always suggest your client that a front LED light on the dresser is ideal. But if the client doesn't want that light, you can always give an option of a ring light, okay, which can be kept but facing in front of her face. Okay, there are other type of lighting which are not ideal for a house dresser, but yeah, professionally yes. But either LED lights on the mirror or a ring light is a good option.
So another thing is, a lot of women, post 40, we all have glasses issue, right? We can't see clearly with closely when you're doing eye makeup and everything. So in that case, do you suggest any magnifying mirror or anything like that?
Absolutely, Asumi. On a dressing table, I feel ideally as we mature, okay, as you said correctly, that you need to have a mirror in front of you which you can see closely. So ideally, a magnifying mirror with a stand on a dresser is very important.
So it's handy to kind of
pick up and see. It's handy to carry and see yourself while doing an eye makeup or putting mascara, putting a kajal. It really helps.
Another point is, most of us struggle in one thing is the height. So many of us think, dining chair height or the dressing stool. Most designers will end up giving very low dressing stools. So, Falguni, what is your take on dressing chairs, like the dressing stools? Should there be dressing stools?
Absolutely, Asumi. When you go to see, a dress, it has to be always aligned with the dressing table. It has to be a little heighted, where when a client is sitting on the chair or a stool, firstly, it has to have a little backrest for the support and the comfort. And after they sit, okay, they have to align their face to the mirror on the dresser, okay. So it has to be like in a proper proportion, a little heighted stool with a backrest. There are so many people's house when we go, they just give a poofy without a backrest. It looks nice in the dresser, but the comfort is not there. So
I totally agree with that. So just to make this on a technical term, what Falguni is trying to say is the dressing table height should be ideally 30 inches or maximum 32 inches if the woman of the house is taller. So why that height? That is like your dining table height or your writing table height. So according to that, your dressing stool should be at 18 inches height, which is your dining chair height. By doing this, what happens is you're at the right angle. You can see yourself rightly. You don't hurt your legs. Your back support is fine. So you are comfortable because makeup takes a little longer. So
Absolutely, absolutely. I
and
totally agree.
like I often feel, when we do dressing tables where there's storage behind the mirror, that's again another issue. So, how do you think, how should we store our bottles, our concealers, the smaller bottles, the bigger bottles, the brushes? If you can give us a little insight about this.
So yeah, I mean, storing makeup is very important, and it has to look also neat and proper. So there are multiple ways where you can do that, Asumi. There are stackable trays. Okay, there are shelves. Okay, or you can put your makeup according to your preferences. I mean, more frequently makeup can be put on the lower shelves, and the less frequently used can go on the higher shelves. Also, there are you can label your makeup, according to that. You can categorize your makeup like foundation, lipstick, eyeshadow palettes, and put it up in those acrylic containers. Now they come for the drawers. You can use that. And yes, of course, drawers and shelves are the best way.
So is it like the right side or the left side that you'd prefer? I mean, if I had to design my own dresser,
Yes.
then do you think I should be having the set of drawers on the right or on the
right,
left?
on the right.
And what about
Yeah.
the plug points?
The plug
Is there
point
any...
also go on the right side, because it's easy for you to use a dryer or to plug in and then use the dryer from the right hand
Do
side
you feel you have
rather
any
than.
hacks? I know you will not say this like openly, but I tell you, designers make mistakes all the time about the plug point and the distance between the table and the plug
Absolutely.
socket.
So at least about 2 to 3 inches gap from the dresser. Your plug point should be, so that you get enough space to move products, and to your wires and everything needs to be taken care of when you are like planning a dresser, and the plug points and all.
Also, another question that I had is, which most women would ask you, is the brushes. How do you ventilate these brushes well? Because I hear that the brushes have the maximum bacteria, as in if you've not cleansed them well, I mean, that can really create a problem. So, what happens is most women run to the dermatologist saying, I've got acne. The way you store this. So,
Yeah.
can you give us an insight about that?
Absolutely. After use, always store them somewhere inside where, they stay clean. And every week or 10 days, I feel if you are using your makeup frequently, just wash them.
Ideally, how many drawers, like, does one really need? Like, I have women who ask me, give me a big dresser, give me drawers here, drawers here. But does one really need, as in, according to, if you can guide me, is it okay to have like a 2-inch drawer, just enough to put your lipsticks, and then like a 3-inch to put your brushes and stuff? I mean, what is the right method?
You can have drawers according to the makeup that you're putting in. Okay, if the drawers are meant for makeup, then a smaller drawers will be fine for putting smaller items like eyeshadow palettes and lipsticks and mascaras and all.
So you're trying to tell me, if this palette that is there, this palette is not more than 1 centimeter
Yes.
thick. So in this case, if I had a drawer which was just 2 inches inside, it's enough to store these palettes.
Absolutely.
Oh, so that will give me more storage for the
Yes,
people. So it's
yes,
easier, like
absolutely,
more
yes.
drawers and more storage. Do you think even if you were to have mirrors on both sides, so I had a very odd requirement at one time that one auntie said, I need a mirror in front, I need to see my bun from the side, I need to see from this side. Does that also work, as in a 3-sided mirror?
Absolutely, it will work. For applying makeup, you can have a front mirror and to see their sides and the back. And sometimes people do hair and they want to see how their hair is looking. You can give a foldable kind of a.
Do you think something which is as good as a desk, like a study desk, like about 4 feet, is enough for a dressing?
I think so, yes. I think it's enough, because all that you need is your essential for putting a makeup and your utility items, which I don't think which will need that much space if it's planned and made properly according to their needs.
I think, Falguni, the next time I do a dressing table for somebody, I think I should have some ventilation there so that the brushes breathe at least.
Yes, you should be having it. It's always good to air out your product. I mean, if you have a good ventilation in your dresser, That's the ideal thing.
And what about the air conditioning? You think it should be just around there or a little bit further away so at least you
Yeah.
don't have too much stuff coming on your face?
Yes, so little bit further away is better option, because when you're, sometimes if the air condition is right in front of you, so it just disturbs you while doing makeup, because the airflow right hits on your face. So ideally, if it's a little away, it's always helpful.
I had the bestest insight about makeup and about dressing table, because dressing table to every woman is the piece of furniture more than anything else, more than even their wardrobe. For viewers who do not have light in front, buy a magnifying mirror which has a ring light in it. Like the magnifying mirror can also show you your makeup really well, and you can see your makeup properly and the light coming on it. And your drawers, you can design them as per your makeup setup. The inches can be determined of the drawer depending on the products that you use. And yes, where the brushes are there, keep that drawer ventilated. It could be from the side, it could be from lures in front, and the chair, the dressing chair, which is the most important part. And I think it should be on rollers, don't you think? So it's easy to
It's
move the
easy,
chair.
right. It's easy. And if they don't have rollers, you can also invest in professional makeup chair, which
Foldable
is
chair.
foldable chair, which they can fold it and put it on the side, and whenever they need it, they can again use it. Yeah.
Wow, so this has been one of the greatest insights for me, and I'm sure for every woman who is watching this. And Falguni, if you can give us quick 3 or 4 points of takeaways for every woman for a dressing table.
The first, you can say that you can label your makeup products, which will be helpful for you to pick the right product and the right shade when you want it. You can stack up your makeup products according to the items that you're using, either color wise, like the pink lipsticks on one stack and the neutrals on the other, the nudes or the darker red lipsticks or the red eyeshadow palettes or darker according to their color.
So I hope every woman enjoys this show as much as I did. I'm sure my dressing table is going to be redesigned all over again, because I did not know so much about the right dressing table. I just know the norms of it, about the height of it and everything. But to hear from an expert is the best thing, and that's the entire purpose of doing this show, that people get insights from the experts and not from designers, because we will do what is a general norm, but we need to understand it from the purpose of the person who is actually working on it. And nobody better than you, Falguni. And really thank you for this entire, this conversation between you and me. And I'm sure this is going to go a long way. And everybody, thank you for listening to us. And thank you to Falguni. And I hope that you're going to enjoy doing makeup with better lighting, better height, better draws, and better ventilation, so that we don't land up with acne.
Thank you so much, Asumi, for having me in this podcast. It was a fun session talking to Asumi about makeup organization and, about lightings and all. And I hope this is going to be helpful for your clients and for many other people who are planning good dress up or makeup.
I'm sure it's going to be helpful to you next time you come to do my makeup.
Yes, absolutely.
So guys, happy makeup day.
Yes.
And I hope every woman enjoys this. Thank you.
Thank you so much.